Hi everybody. Today, Courage to Change, June 11th. I cannot believe how fast time is going by. June 11th. Hang on. My pages are stuck. Step 9 says I need not make direct amends to those I have injured if in doing so I might cause further injury. How do I know whether or not to take action? If direct amends are inappropriate, I can trust my higher power to let me know. Otherwise, if I have worked the 8th step and become truly willing to make amends, I believe the opportunities will arise when I'm ready. For example, I was unable to discuss my personal life with my mother, fearing her rejection. I rejected her instead. An upcoming visit presented an opportunity to make amends, but I wasn't sure I was ready. Would I make amends at this time injure me? After my mother arrived, I had the feeling that this was the time. I prayed for the courage and asked my higher power to help me find the words. My mother sat down with me in a quiet moment and to my amazement brought up every subject I wanted to discuss. I realized that the opportunity to be close to her had always existed, but I hadn't been willing until then to take part in it. My higher power does not put any challenges before me that I am unable to face. The comfort I find in that knowledge can overcome my fears. Okay, so this is an interesting one, and I think this is very important. First thing, Courage to Change is going through the steps in order, if you've noticed. The last few days we've been doing a step every day. And you don't do this step until you get to it. That's the first thing. Do not start making amends until you know what is going on in your head, right? Because your head will lie to you. That's why you're in this program. You can't really trust what you're thinking. You know, it's off base. You need a little shift in perception. So I encourage you when you do this step to go over it first with someone with experience. If you do the steps with me in the group, we're going to go through this and we're going to make sure that you don't get harmed and you don't continue to harm someone else. What does that mean, harming someone else? Let's say that I was, in the past, I had an illicit affair with someone who understood, right? My husband was drinking and unavailable for me, and I met someone else and I had an affair, and you know, let's say my husband ended up dying of alcoholism, but the relationship ended with this guy that was understanding and helpful to me during that time. And, you know, no judgment on that. I mean, life happens, but okay, so now I'm in the program and I'm like, oh my God, I feel terrible about that. You know, I could see how I turned to someone else. But I was married, even though he was drinking. He's married. You know, this kind of happened. It was someone I work with. We just kind of fell into this. You know, maybe the other person, even his wife was drinking. So you both had something in common and you met and it ended up being this romance. So now you're going through your steps and you're thinking, oh my God, I feel so bad about this. I should go back and apologize to him. No, you shouldn't. See, by going back and apologizing to him, if he is still married to her, it's going to cause problems for him and for her. You have to really think, what are your motives? Maybe because your husband died, now you're thinking about hooking back up with him. I mean, I don't know. But regardless, even if your intentions are perfect, you could harm someone else. What if they had kids and the kids found out? What if she passed away too from alcoholism and he met someone new and he's starting off a whole new life? And you show up, knock, knock, knock on the door. Hello, my name is Karen and I just want to apologize for, you know, my part and, you know, that affair we had. And you don't want to do that. That's where it's going to harm someone else. And so it's really hard to tell, because when your motives are good, it's hard to tell. That's why you want someone else involved. Usually a trusted person that has experience with this will say, okay, you just want to leave him alone. You know, that's a living amends. You're just not going to do that anymore, right? So that's kind of the way I feel about it. I mean, with God's direction, of course, and then the ones where your sponsor or the person you're working with says to you, okay, you need to make a direct amends to them. You know, ask God for the courage to do that. But otherwise, you're kind of counting on God directing you to the right people to help you navigate this step. This can be a sticky wicket, and you don't want to have to make amends for your amends. You don't want to hurt more people. The whole idea is to back up, get back in your hula hoop, right? And don't hurt anybody else. So you can clean your side of the street without affecting others. But you need direction for that. So stick close. On another note, for those of you that are interested, hopefully all of you have heard about it. I am going to be starting, like any moment today, I'll be launching a program of recovery for the families and friends of alcoholics and addicts. And quite honestly, this program can help anybody that is finding parts of their life unmanageable and they feel powerless over the direction their life is going. This is a fantastic program. So what I suggested to people on a video is to get this book. And I see, Joanne, you got yours. Congratulations. I know, Alex, you've already read through step 1. And several other people, hopefully you've got the book. If you got the book, it's been taking me a while to get it all put together, what we're going to do. We are going to do it as a group, confidentially, meaning we're going to I'm going to walk a whole bunch of people through at the same time, but you're all going to do your individual work. So I think it's going to be a really fantastic time to do this. If you did get the book and you're kind of just waiting, I told you to stand by. There's a lot of you. Go ahead and start reading the book. I want you to start reading it, and you can start at, it doesn't hurt you to start at the preface. Start at the preface. Definitely read a special word to anyone confronted with violence. I want you to read that. And then go in and read the introduction part here. Part 1, Many Faces of Al-Anon. Go ahead and read it all the way through step 1. If you get through step 1, go ahead and read step 1 again. Make sure you really understand it. Highlight, underline it. It's not long. It's very concise. So go ahead and do that. And then today I'll be sending you links. If you want to join and you didn't hear about this, just DM me and say you want to be included. Have a great day. Bye.